that's our connection. Like, I'd say at least half of our connection is through sex.
Yeah, it's one of also your main forms of communication, as we learned.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. And so, what is good sex to us? What is good sex?
It depends.
For example,
For example, um,
this is my
I don't
favorite
think.
part.
Well, we've never had bad sex. I don't. I have. We ever had bad sex?
I don't think we've had bad sex, but I think
So you're talking now about
just in general, like what is good sex? What is good sex to you?
when I'm, when I think when I'm aligned, when we're on the same page, when, well, I wouldn't have sex if I wasn't attracted enough to have sex, so obviously there's mutual attraction, and there's nothing weird.
Those are the intangible, like the core, like emotion, like feelings. What are physical definitions of good sex? Like what? How does it physically translate? Like what are some physical attributes of good sex?
Okay.
This is my favorite part. Put her on the spot.
What's wrong
She
there?
she never talks about this as like an exclusive right now.
I don't know, what am I supposed to, like, I don't know. Really?
Well, there's hands, there's penises, there's positions, there's size, there's, do you like it, do you like a penis that's hard? You want it soft? There's certain, like, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Don't yell into the mic either. Just because you have a sock over doesn't protect from yelling and screaming.
I don't talk about that stuff.
Until now.
God.
You're on a podcast, you have listeners, you have fans, inquiring minds want to know.
Really? They want to know what I consider good sex?
Thus, us having the sex podcast.
Never thought about that.
She's like blushing and cheesing right now.
Alright, what is it to you?
Well, good sex to me, of course.
Look at that, look who's talking.
Yeah, I'm not shy to me. We're gonna come back to you, just so you know. It's not just gonna pass it on. Yes, good sex to me is with somebody that I really I appreciate and I want to please. I have the desire to contribute to them. I have a pleasure of pleasing. So that's the core intention and desire. A wet pussy is extremely a part of good sex. Like I appreciate a very good wet pussy, one that's responsive to my touch and to my kissing, and to my penetration. A fairly groomed punani is a very good thing too. It doesn't have to be completely as smooth as my back, but it doesn't have to. I don't want necessarily like the Amazon. That's kind of important to me. It's not a complete deal breaker, but there's preferences. What else? A woman who has good self-esteem, who knows what she likes, who's open, who you can, just like, that shit is really good. The titties don't need to be as big as Dolly Parton's. They could be as big or non-existent. They could be whatever they want to be. But the nipples should be sensitive. I like sensitive nipples. So when I touch them, kiss them, twist them, there's some response that it garnishes from the person. I like a woman who can arch her back. Like having sex doggy style from the back with a woman who's convex, who's like like a little upside down U. That's not sexy. A good arched back is nice.
You have fun about that.
Yes, of course. Breath, like good height, like breath that smells good, is really sexy to me. Like, you know, you don't want a girl could be fine as wine, but if her breasts smell like dog food, it's rough.
I can feel
It gets it gets really rough. Those type of things. So that's what I talk about. There's intangibles like desire to please and love. Then there's physical shit, like specific shit that like works. Like, you know, we have sex, you have sex. There's yeah. So you have experience with this.
I don't like talking about this.
Give the fans something.
I don't know. It's rough, see? I can't, though. It's tough.
Tell them in Russian.
I can't. The Russian is non-existent.
Give them a little something. Give them anything.
Well, okay. Dude has to be in good shape. Doesn't have to be perfect with a six-pack, but that. Why? Because you lost your six-pack when I started feeding you.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. No, but you're in decent shape. You're still there. We go to the gym. I started to. Yeah, so good shape. Last more than me would be preferable.
Last more than you?
Yeah. Also that I can engage it. I can go longer, I can go shorter. Yeah, to where it's not like timed at 20 minutes.
Right, but you don't like to come first. So why would you want them to last longer than you? Because if you come, you're pretty much done. For those of you, she's like a dude, so you know she doesn't.
I don't come when I like it's not it's rare that I would come while having intercourse.
Well, yeah, that's a myth.
So
I know, but you could come through oral sex or manually, but you choose to not want to do that till after.
Right.
So why would you want him to be longer than you?
Well, that can not.
Oh, that has the ability
but
to.
It's, right.
Right, okay.
Yeah, has
Sorry.
the ability.
Continue.
But it's not like a timer at 20 minutes and then it's dead. Yeah. I don't like short guys. Has to be taller than me by far, preferably. Sounds like mentally going through.
No, I'm just glad you're talking. I just want them to hear whatever comes out of your mind and have you hear it too. So it's great. You're doing good.
That's that. Have
Really?
fun. Have fun. Like, do different things. It's not one position. It's not, we're going to do it this way first and then we're going to do it that way and then we're done.
So nothing about the penis, whether it's limp or whether it's not matters, whether there's a size, hairy, non-hairy, back, body, chest.
No, non-hairy, please. Non-hairy.
Like.
No, yeah. Let's not do hair.
Yeah, so there's more. Clearly there's more. It's not like you're just.
Non-hairy. God, jeez, you're like a. No lip. Let's go limp after. When after everyone comes, we can cuddle with a limp penis.
Yes.
Good enough?
I that's a lot. So it's a huge progress.
Thank you.
That's huge progress. So we'll talk about limp penises now.
So many years ago. God, that was, I'd say 13 and a half years ago. When Tim and I first got together, or were getting together, or first got together, I discovered that it's fun to keep going down after it's done. And then he discovered that it feels amazing.
Well, I already knew that when a woman appreciates the soft on, it's a beautiful thing. He's sensitive and he's not the rough and tumble warrior you were just playing with, but women, for real, I guess some men are like so sensitive they don't want you to touch them at all, but there is love and warmth when you appreciate the soft on, even just little kisses, little sucks, baby licks, gently, it's an amazing thing, and it makes the man feel really special.
And even when there's no intention of having sex.
Yeah. Just cuddle with the penis. Cuddle with the limp guy.
Just don't fall asleep and bite him.
Well, yeah. Don't get lockjaw and start gnawing on him. But that's what you have the remote for. You just hit it in the back of the head. You just... And then she she wakes up and wipes up her drool and goes and rolls over. But yeah, women appreciate the soft on. Like, acknowledge its existence before it's the warrior king and after. Men, the same thing. Like, yo, just because you've come and the sex you're done, like, acknowledge the yoni. Give it a kiss on the base. Maybe go down on her for a little bit more. Or just lay there next to it. Like, don't ignore it and you get up and just walk away. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, before, during, and after. Like, same person. It's a beautiful thing.
Unless it's me, I don't want to be touched.
Right, she's like a man. She's like, don't touch me. So, yeah, that's that. The little soft penis thing. But yeah, sex is extremely important to us. We like sex. We're quite active. It's a good thing. It's a healthy thing. It definitely releases stress. It connects us. It's an important part of our connection. That's a good thing, understanding that. It's not the only tool of communication, but some people, it's a higher, deeper tool and connection. So we use that. Like, when I go on the road and I go away, when I come back, the way we really, really connect is through sex. And it a lot of times, if you have sex, a good sex, when you come back from a trip, all whatever insecurity or whatever concerns go right away, because the connection remains and the love is still there. There's no issues. So we'll talk about the importance of lovemaking versus fucking. Like, they're both very important. Sometimes you just want to make love.
Mm-hmm.
Other times...
Like the times that, you know, we come back from the tour and I have whatever, you know, insecurities and doubts and feelings bottled up, and we make love. That's when everything comes out. And that's making love.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need to fuck.
Sometimes.
It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. Sometimes you just want to fuck. Sometimes you're outside and you be like, let's just do this for the sake of doing it, because we like each other, just to spruce it up. It may not be the best thing ever, but it's fun and it's goofy sometimes. But, you know, you got to have both. So ask yourself, are you making love and are you fucking? It's a good balance. That the desire and that consistency get balanced. And that's, you know, so, you know, one of the things people ask us is, how do we find sexy time with family, work, and stuff?
Well, we get, for sure.
Yeah. You gotta be proactive. You can't just assume that time is just gonna make itself.
I think we're both lucky because we put so much value on it, and we both feel it. If we don't, like, if we don't have sex for, I don't know, let's say 2 or 3 days, 3 days for sure, we're like, it's time to have sex.
Yeah, I can go a little bit longer. She go haywire. Like, it's like something. She's like, I don't even know who you are. I don't know if you care about me. Who are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. You know. And then once you plug it in, it's like, oh, there you are. I'm like, I've been here the whole time. But yeah, it's important. And you gotta really be proactive. You gotta really make it. You gotta plan for it. Unfortunately, when you have family, kids, and these things, you have to plan sexy time, and that's getting out of the house, seeing your wife or your husband in a different light. Go to a club with them. Go to a comedy show. Go somewhere else. You know, look at them, see them doing different things. You know,
or just don't get in bed.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the rules. Is like, don't lay on your back. You can sit in the bed and sit up and you like hug and grab the booty.
Sometimes it's not okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I think if I'm on the edge of the bed, I'm good. If I lay on my back, it's like, hey, if you start this up, I'll finish strong. But if it's not, you're going to have to climb that mountain first. So, that's how we keep it fresh. You know, also, porn is cool. You know, we don't always use porn a lot, but porn is a friend. Toys are a friend. We have a friend named Mr. Wiggles. Some of you guys might think it's Mr. Wiggles from the Rocksteady crew, breakdancing. That's where the name came from, but that's not who it is. Mr. Wiggles did not come to our house and make sure Eula comes before bedtime. It is a little vibrator, a little egg-shaped vibrator that has been the sixth man of the year every year since it's been in our lives. Like, it's like if you watch the LA Clippers, like Jamal Crawford just comes off the bench just firing, just instant points. Like he's not there. He doesn't take a while to warm up. He just comes in, blah, just blamming threes. So, you know, a lot of times, since the reality is most women do not come through intercourse. They do not come through intercourse. So while you're fucking and crooning and brewing and loving and splucking, it's good, it's fun, they're enjoying it, but they're not gonna come. Mm-hmm. So be aware of that and either work with them to come before, but also like Eula, she'd rather wait. She'd rather wait till it's all said and done and then do that, because then she's about 15 seconds away from sleep after that. So, you know, so we get Wiggles. And Wiggles is a good friend, and when Wiggles comes to play, I don't just like turn over and turn back on the forensic shows and just zone out. Like, stay with her. Put your arm around her, like at least put your hand on the nipple or something. Like, you know, you don't have to fully be like all up on her, like, oh baby, or, you know, but you know, contribute, like, you know, cheer from the bench. Be like Andres Biedrins. Just cheer from the bench. You don't have to be in the game. Just, you know, cheer from the bench. But those are good things. Don't feel bad. Don't feel weird about your husband, your wife, looking at porn or, you know, using toys. Like sometimes she's asleep and I look at porn and I get excited and it gets me ready and I get to jump and fuck her or make love to her or do whatever, and she likes that. Now you should probably ask your woman ahead of time if she's cool with that, because I don't know if every woman is just like, you know what, you can have sex with me anytime. Some women aren't like that, so I don't want you to think that you can just watch porn and get juiced up and just mount your wife while she's sleeping. Like, maybe she doesn't want that, but you know, that's where the communication comes in. Yeah.